So you never dropped a 20 bomb in ranked Fortnite? You clicked the right video, because in this video I'm going to show you everything you need to know, such as what loadout you should have, where you should be dropping, where you should be rotating to, and all that other good stuff. So make sure to stay tuned, hit that subscribe button, like the video if it helps you out, drop a comment, it helped me out a lot, and let's go ahead and hop into it. So to begin with, I think everybody should know where they're going to be dropping and where they should rotate for more kills after they're done looting and wiping out their drop spot. So as you can see on the screen, I have a bunch of different drop spots marked off and where you should be rotating to after you finish your POI. So it's pretty much going to be based on the way your bus is going. If your bus is going from Hopeful Heights to Whiffy Wharfs, you're going to want to drop the hotspot, which is going to be Hopeful Heights, and then you can follow the red trail, which leads to where you should be going next for more kills and other things. Alright, so pretty much now that you know where to drop and where to go after you drop, we can move on to what you should be holding in your inventory. So pretty much when you're dropping a 20 bomb, you're pretty much being a fragger, which means you're jumping in boxes, you're doing a lot of damage, and you're trying to kill everybody as fast as you can. So that's the reason your first weapon should be the Hollow Twister AR. This thing does so much damage, it shreds through builds. It has a slow fire rate, but the damage it does just overrides the fact that the fire rate is so low. This AR is just a beamer from far, and hip firing is still amazing because it is a hit scan weapon, which eliminates bloom up close, and it's just a great weapon. That's what you're going to be carrying as your assault rifle. You should not be carrying an SMG, you should not be carrying a Fury AR, you should be carrying the Hollow Twister AR. Now that you have a really strong weapon in your first slot, you need an even stronger weapon in your second slot, which is going to be my all-time favorite shotgun, the Sentinel Pump. Now you guys might be thinking, this guy's tripping picking the Sentinel Pump over the Havoc or the Thunder Pump or the OG Gold Pump, but man, this shotgun is just, it's insane, man. This shotgun is so underrated. It hits like an asteroid when you're 5 feet from players, and it still does a good amount of damage 10 feet or 15 feet away. This is the best shotgun in this season. It's way better than the auto shotgun and the Oni shotgun. Those things are like rubber ducks compared to how the Sentinel Pump hits. So pretty much you're going to need that Sentinel Pump. It doesn't matter if it's a gray pump and you come across a gold Oni shotgun, carry that gray pump instead. Now in your third slot, you're going to need something that's going to get you moving, something that's going to get you in and out of fights faster, around the map faster, and that's going to come down to the Oni mask or the Typhoon Blade. Now this is really personal opinion. A lot of people like the Oni mask better, but me personally, I choose the Typhoon Blade. The reason I say this is because if you want to steal high ground but don't have materials, or you just don't want to build, you can literally just sprint, jump, and it will blast you up the height of 2 walls. It is the easiest high ground retake in the game at the moment, and I don't know, I think it's just a little bit better than the Oni mask just for that reason. So again, it pretty much is personal opinion, but if I'm making a suggestion, I would say you guys take the Typhoon Blade. It's just a little bit better for me at least. But pretty much once you have your movement item, you can go ahead and switch to the heals, and these are the heals of my choice. I think they're just the best heals that you can carry at the moment. Pretty much you're gonna carry minis in your fourth slot. Minis are they're just great. Like who doesn't like minis? You know, you get to pop 25 shield, or you can pop 50 if you're cracked. You know, it's the best heal in the game. Let's be real, it's the best heal in the game. Coming right after what's going to be in your fifth slot, which is the Slurp Sprite or the Shield Sprite or the Blue Sprite, whatever you want to call it. I really don't know. People call it Bob. But yeah, that's what's going to be in your fifth slot. This thing is great. It heals health. It does shield. It gives you instant, I believe it's 45 shield or health, and then it also gives you a little bit overtime for like 5 to 7 seconds. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that is about right. This thing is great. You just whip it out and throw it on the ground, and it just starts healing you and your team. If you're playing a team game mode, it starts healing your team. The thing is just great. It's just great. So now that you got your fourth and fifth slot filled up with your heals, pretty much what we're going to talk about next is how you're going to get around the map as fast as you can. The best way to do this is by finding a vehicle. There are motorcycles, there are dirt bikes, there are G-Wagons, and there are cars. You could take any of these. They'll help you get around the map way faster than if you were to just walk or Oni Mask or Typhoon Blade all around. There are also launch pads on top of the mountains, and in a couple different spots if you know where those are at. Try not to walk past the car, make sure to hop in it. It'll definitely get you at least 5 extra kills. So yeah. Alright, and pretty much I think the last thing I really need to talk about is how you should be fighting. If you're fighting off spawn, you really need to quick dead them. You need to kill them either the moment they hit the ground or just like 10 seconds after you guys start the fight. In order to drop a high kill game like a 20 bomb, you really need to be fast. You need to make sure fights don't go too long, or else you're just wasting time and you're not going to be able to fight anyone else later. Now, when you're fighting in the mid game, you want to have the advantage. You want to like sneak up on an opponent, like I'd say maybe 30 feet behind, try and get like a 1 or 2 AR tags in. That's about like 60 damage. You want to have that upper hand so that it forces them to box up and pop like a big pot or something. And then you can go ahead and Oni Mask or Typhoon Blade to their box, start pressuring them at an angle to where, you know, you're not going to die. You don't want to take 50-50s. That's a way to get quick deaded instead of quick dead them. You pretty much want the fight to go as a box fight that only lasts up to 30 seconds. If they start build fighting you, just back off, go find another enemy, because if they're building up, that means they're nervous. That means they're just going to keep on building up, and it's just a waste of time to keep on chasing them to the sky. Now, in endgame fights, you're under pressure, you know, you're probably shaking or a little bit nervous, but these are the fights that you really need to focus on. These are the fights that are going to get your 20 bomb in place. These are the fights that are going to get you the win. For these fights, you don't need to make it last 30 seconds. You can go up to a minute. You want to play smart. You don't want to jump in a box. You don't want to take angles that you shouldn't be taking. You want to take your time, let your thoughts go through your brain, let them process the right way. Don't do anything stupid. Don't do anything that'll get you killed. The best thing to do in endgame fights is little damage every once in a while. You don't have to do big damage. You want to just hit a little 30 tag, you know, you could chill, wipe your hands off, reload all your guns, hit another 30 tag, you know, wipe your hands off again if you have to. Just keep on doing little damage by little, and you know, eventually they'll run out of heals. Just try not to get hit too much, or else you will run out of heals as well. And pretty much that's it. You just kind of sit there and you just tickle them with your shotgun if you're close, or with your AR if you're long range, and you just want to waste all their heals until it comes down to the point where you guys are closer to each other than expected, and then that's where you just pop off. So if this video helped you guys, let me know in the comments, and if you want to see more, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button so that I know you want to see more like this. But yeah, that's gonna be it, and I'll see y'all in the next one.